Alright, hey there everybody. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Werewolf Venue. Um, Today we've got a pretty chill morning over at the Sept. Everybody's just waking up, getting ready to make their rounds for the day. Um, well, at least most of them are. Emmett and Xavier are walking back to the Sept after a very, very long, uneventful night at the beach.
You guys see, when you enter the set, you guys see Travis is under a tree reading a book, which is unusual for him.
Emmett looks over real quick, and he walks over to Travis and he's like, he dies at the end.
You mean he looks at the book, you see that he is reading, the Art of War, and it's like this is not a novel.
No, sorry, didn't know you were reading Sun Tzu.
Yeah, it's just, I need to. But yeah, how's it going? What you guys did yesterday? Did you guys fuck around?
Eh, yeah, you could say that. Uh,
Xavier?
oh, sorry.
Did Xavier fuck around as well?
Emmett looks over at Xavier.
Did you?
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yo, Whale! Yo, Whale! Sarah, you're doing background noise.
What?
Okay, thank you. Yo, Whale! Yo, man!
He runs over. Sorry, my voice came up for a second. He runs over. He's jogging.
Man, how's it going? Let's
I
sit.
got hit so hard last night.
Yeah, how you doing, by the way, boss?
Hey, man.
I've learned not to tickle my fiance.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
you shouldn't do that.
Oof.
You're lucky you just didn't die from that.
Look, he'll point to his cheek. He's got like butterfly stitches. Look what she did to me.
okay, well, wait. What the fuck she did to you?
I tickled her. She
And
reacted
she did what?
kind of violently.
She in the face.
Uh,
That being said, I totally stole her nose, okay? And then ate it, so
Wait, you stole her what?
I stole her nose. From
stole
her
her,
sister. I stole her nose and I ate it.
like, you cut her nose
No.
and eat it?
I mean, are we talking about the thing where you like just kind of grab someone's nose and then just kind of do this with your hand and be like, "Ah, I got your nose," or did you like legitimately go hardcore?
I
Like-
know the last time you and I sparred, I showed you that I can kick an ass, but he'll kind of lean over to like Travis and like do the nosy pinchy thing and steal his nose. Like that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna. Damn, the hell.
The sister did.
From in the background comes a little ditty by the Sept of the Greenston and Father. Goes along the lines of "Here comes the sun." Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
Anyone who listens to him can hear him humming "Defying Gravity."
Here comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Do 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 do.
You know, we were having a conversation.
And eventually, the child of Gaia, known as Alan Stewart, will make his way towards the congregation, sort of hit the earphones out of his earplug and say, "Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Alan.
How you doing, Vale, Xavier, Emmett, Travis? Wonderful to see you."
He'll wave at him.
Travis smiles. Doesn't say anything. Just smiles.
Emmett makes a perception empathy.
It's alright.
If Dice Stream will load. Okay.
Right, I had that problem too.
Oh, oh.
Kind of smell that you gave to someone who is like, if he's burning, probably Travis is going to drink the water and not put onto him.
Oh, so is this like one of those smiles where it's like, I'm gonna stab you?
No, no, it's just like, like, I don't care. Like, just do what the fuck you want to do. Like, yeah, hello. Just like, give that.
Okay.
It's like that coworker you really don't want to associate with, but you do, but just simply because it's your job.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Sorry about that.
And Xavier just nods at Alan.
So how y'all two enjoy the rest of your evening there?
I don't want to talk about that.
You just make it sound so.
So now we have to. We have to.
Feedback from Sarah. Getting back the feedback. Sorry about that one.
Yeah. Travis looks at Xavier and says, "Now we have to hear about it." Why? Because we're asses of the Sept of the Green. Like, I think the Alan is the tongue, Vale is the face because he's the
Such a
most
pretty
handsome
man.
guy. Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
And guess where? Emmett is the brain. Not just because he has the brain, because I just wanted to make him brain. Maybe like a small part of brains, and Xavier is. Yeah, he's a cop. He's not part of the set yet. Sorry.
Oh, wait! I'm a part of the
Ouch.
set over the Garu. Hold on a second there.
just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Don't worry. Like, he actually, makes a fist bump with Xavier.
He
They'll
takes it.
squeeze his shoulder and be like, "Dude, you're a part of the Sept, man. If I am, you are. Okay."
Yeah, everybody is part of the set. Don't worry, guys.
Oh man.
Well,
But okay.
still, I'm not going to talk about that. And he turns his head away.
No,
Oh,
it got pretty crazy though. Alright, so it's
Oh,
not
I
as
see
bad as Xavier
somebody.
turned out to be.
I see somebody that I didn't see for a long time. Hey, Bettina!
Oh.
Bettina!
Yeah, Bettina was actually here because she was here to talk to the Garu. And she goes over to Travis and all of you, a lot of faces that she doesn't recognize. One very happy face she kind of saw before.
Eh?
Yeah. Hey, Travis. Hey, guys.
The people, this is Bettina, the wife of the Blitzkrieg, border of the Sept. And this is Alan Stewart, the then father. This is the Xavier, he's a cub. And this is Emmett from the Glasswalkers. And this is Vale, he is from the Black Furykin. He is he's going to marry with the Kelly, actually. He's his fiance.
Oh, congratulations.
He'll wave and say thank you.
And Bettina loves lupus like no other, so she still has a begging strip that she's not going to give to Katori in front of everybody. She'll give it to him later. But he'd probably smell that.
Yeah, because Katori has been stalking her since he entered the Sept. And basically that now she's inside and has stopped moving. He will pounce. He will pounce on her. Bettina!
He's in Hobbit?
Probably. No, he's in lupus, so probably you will hear.
Okay.
He will bounce on her.
Okay, she wasn't expecting it, so I'm just gonna say she falls backwards. she gets up and she ruffles his fur and that kind of thing, and enjoys it. God, there's so many new people here. Must be because of the storm. And she still petting Kotori. She turns to Vale. Is it? I've only met Kelly once, but congratulations.
Thank you. I've been very diligently planning our wedding so that my bride-to-be can focus on the coming storm and not what dresses we put on our bridesmaids. It's a Greek wedding, so it's going to be huge.
Huge, poofy.
I have promised Leah that there will be no bows on the butts. That's what I had to promise her.
So there's nothing for the rest of us to pull on. Great.
Well, she'll need that.
Well.
I have bad tidings to give.
You have what?
Bad tidings. Prepare yourselves. None of you are going to want to hear this.
Okay, go on.
And I really wish that I could be happy, because nobody wants to hear this before they go into battle. The kinfolk, some of us, have been doing work for the spirits to help you, and that's common enough. That's fine. But most recently, we were sent. Brace yourselves. We were sent into the future. Most definitely. To the year 2083. And we were told in detail how if things go the way they are going right now, we're most assuredly, decidedly going to lose. We haven't done enough by a very long shot. Not only will we lose and lose all of our leaders in this, but a year later, the storm will come and break into the real world, where it will lay waste to everything. Everything will be polluted. Even your kinfolk will only be able to give birth to mutant babies. There will be no hope for the future. This is how it ends for us, if we continue in the manner that we still are.
I think I'm going to roll willpower for this.
Yeah.
Everyone roll willpower for this? Or
Let's roll willpower then.
let's roll
Because
some
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That is.
I have merits, I think, can help with this.
Emmett is shaking. Shaking, but he's still
So who fails?
I at least succeeded.
Not I. Oh my God, not I at all.
Your
Actually.
kinfolk, how angry can you be?
No, you can't.
Huh?
You can be Narano.
It's kind
I
of
think,
depressed. Right.
Well, Xavier gets a hold of himself, like, barely.
okay.
Well, considering Kotori is lupus and has seen most of his native, that's something that he's used to, depressingly. So he's taking it mostly better than anyone.
Dale looks
Travis-
surprisingly unshaken by that. He just kind of tilts his head and goes, "Oh, damn."
Whatever.
Now he knows he doesn't spend so much on the wedding.
All right. Travis
Yay.
gets up.
Party crusher.
He goes near Bettina, and then puts her hand to her shoulder, and says, "There is hope. I believe sometimes spirits are telling us different things to make us, work harder. I look at Kotori. I remember the time when he arrived first. He was looking at his paws and trying to understand how to work with them. Look at Xavier. He was in here, like, I was thinking he's better than all of us. Look at Emmett. He was trying to learn and he's still trying to learn. Look at Ellen. I don't like him, but I will be honored to die side by side with him. And look at you. You were here. I remember you were like, we actually both lived something together. And just look at yourself now. Where are you? What do you do? What did you do? And look at me. There is hope, Bettina. There's hope. Don't worry. Again, we will win this one. We will fight against the Storm Eater. Ellen, tell me what are you going to do in the Storm Eater?
We're gonna win. We're gonna die trying if have to be, but as so long as that cocoon goes down with us, I consider that a goddamn victory.
Kotori, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to shower fish. Sound coming from Sarah.
Then
La,
you
la, la,
will
la. I'm going to summon the biggest sun spirit ever and basically make the biggest, most powerful thing ever to shoot at this thing, and then we will cleanse it with a great fire, like no others.
And then he goes towards Xavier and Emmett, holds their face like this, like puts his, forehead to both of them and says, "Tell me, Galliards, are you going to use the Call of the Wild like you used before, and make us have all the things that you can give us? Like make us more ferocious, make us more angry against the verb, make us willing to die in the service of Gaia. Tell me."
Oh, Travis, we will howl, but it won't be like any howl that we've ever done before. We will
So
make
he
one that will
turns-
break the sound barrier itself. We will make one that will make Garou transcend rage, transcend their wisdom. And in their unbending fury, we will tear into the Storm Eater and tear it into ribbons. And when it lies dead, we will praise Gaia.
This
Travis?
cocoon ain't got nothing on what these land witnessed 200 years ago. This ain't nothing.
Travis turns to Tina, comes near her, holds one of her hands, takes one of her hands like this and says, "I fought with you too, I remember we stayed together. And sister, you're wife of my packmate, and I promise you, we will fight together that day, and we will win. I have seen you killing more things than me in a war that we did against the worm. Don't worry. It's just they're trying to teach us a lesson. We're going to win this war." And then he releases the hand and sits back.
Praise the sun, Travis. Praise the sun. Praise power for Helios. Burn the worm.
She smiles despite herself, and it feels great. A lot of great speeches.
I don't think I've ever.
But Bettina does say, because the point was hammered in so strongly to all of them when they were doing this, it's even hard for her to say, because after all these years she's still been told not to disagree with Garou, but she kind of feels like she's at the end of everything anyways. So still, as passively as she can, she still says, "But if you were going to do these things anyways, I don't know that they will make a difference. It was very clearly told to us that we need to change what we are doing now."
We know that in the future we're going to die. After 2 weeks, we just learned from you now, we can die. So I'm going to fight like I have never fought before. Just like the rest of us here. I trust every and each Garou here, or the kinfolk, he looks at Vale and you, to do their best after hearing this. It is given to us because it's expected us to fight harder. We're going to be ferocious against the worm. We're going to do anything that we can. We're going to do everything in our hands. And we will win this war. We will win this war.
Actually, Kotori will start to change into Homid, so that he can be understood from every kinfolk. And he's scratching his chin a little bit, and he said, "Well, if the parents want us to think differently, there is actually something that we haven't considered. The worm is powerful, and the Storm Eater is a very powerful entity, and we are trying to find guardian spirits to help us. I know that's not going to please everyone, and especially not me, but what of the Weaver? Because that thing right there," and he points out to the city, "this thing belongs to it. And if this Storm Eater gets what he wished for, then everything that the Weaver in his madness holds dear will crumble and be corrupted out of its claws. Maybe, but I will need," and he turns to Emmet, "I will need, well, your tribe, but maybe we could find Weaver spirits of the city to fight for us. Not fight with us, because we are not on the same side. But maybe this is something that we haven't even considered, that maybe the city itself, the spirit of the cities and the Weaver who holds it hostage in its claws, would not take kindly into the Storm Eater meddling in his webs."
You know, Kotori, I agree with that.
Bettina,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
in all your visions that you leapt into the future, I am sure not all of us perished. I am sure there are some of us still out there. I am sure that even if this battle should be lost, that is not the end of the war. We are an undying race. Each generation is built on the sacrifices of the previous. I guarantee you that there will be such sacrifices at this battle, and whatever the outcome, we will persist, even if it is in a different form.
Then let me clarify what I saw. Everything was destroyed, though there were enough landmarks to mark it still as Manhattan. Everything that was alive still was corrupted and tainted. And the world was ending. And this was it. The storm moving out into the real world was how everything moves. Things are moving. Boundaries are being crossed. And that apparently is how everything's brought down. This was not a vision, I think, because these entities knew us better than we knew ourselves. They knew things about us that we didn't want to admit to ourselves yet. That went for all of us. Some of us had to kill our future selves. They knew us very well.
In which year did you say it take place?
2083.
You are still alive?
I didn't
That
say
might
if I
be
was alive.
60. Some of us would be 64 and still kicking. Still ready to fight.
I have the strong impression that the Garu were too far tainted.
To what?
Too far tainted. Everything was tainted. Every living thing was. I wasn't kidding when I talked about us not being able to give birth properly.
Travis again takes a deep breath and says, I'm sorry, but you're not able to make me believe that you're going to lose this war. I still have hope. I'm going to be there with my axe, with my fang claws, and I will defend my brothers as much as I can. Like I try to do to S, Smiles, and which I will do for Kotori and Ellen, and for you.
Well,
Mm.
good luck. I will continue to help out as I can. I think I'm going to go back to Wonton. Kotori, I do have a gift for you.
Yes, bacon. I like bacon.
If he's just gonna go out and say it like that. Fine. She gives him a little packet of bacon strips.
Take the bacon and like, yes, sweet bacon.
Oh, God.
You wonderful thing. and yeah, he will get back instantly to Lupus form and get on his two legs and lick your face.
Aw. Okay. Well, she'll smile, you know. Yeah, it's nice.
Hey, Bettina.
Yeah, it's hard for her to talk about clearly. She feels very uncomfortable. She did what she thought she was supposed to do. She's going to go now.
That pretty kinfolk just called your name. He says, Bettina.
Mm.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Okay, and so they're away from the Garu, right? Just talking.
Yeah. Do you just want to do a side scene, or do you just want to make everybody wait?
If it's gonna be is it gonna be quick or?
Probably not, actually.
Huh?
It probably won't be.
Okay, let's make another.
Okay.
Cool. See y'all later.
Bye.
Travis will open the book. Well, you heard the lady. I think we all need to study.
She's not wrong, Travis. She's not wrong. Not by a long shot.
She is wrong. And he will open the book. Continue reading the stuff.
No, but we can prove her wrong. You know, in the Second World War, America's forces were very under-equipped for fighting against their enemy, the Japanese. So we changed our fighting style. We changed the way we fought. We changed the way that we trained our soldiers. And we won that way. This is the same case.
The Pacific Front may have been a little bit more rocky, but the European one was much stronger. American soldiers ate about 15,000 calories every single day, much like the Germans, actually. In fact, one of the most malnourished soldiers happened to be the French and the English. And it was because of American involvement that the French and the English were eventually able to both reclaim their lands and push back German forces back to the old trench lines of World War I.
But the thing is, the one thing humanity inherited from us was our adaptability. We change. In more than one way, as he shifts back up to Galabra real quick and shifts back down. They may not have inherited our ability to change physically, but they can change the way they think, they can change the way they fight. And we can do the same. If something needs to change to help us win, then damn it, we're going to change so we can win.
It's more than that. It's about providing our forces what they desperately need to continue fighting. An army does not march on an empty stomach. one of the reasons the Russian lines were so heavily entrenched because the Russians had already faced 1,000 winters. They already faced the starvation. They were stuck hard. The Germans were not.
That and
Travis-
also they had Stalin's guns put at their back. Most often they had a choice between either Hitler's guns or Stalin's. One of the
Bleeding
benefits
feet.
of communism, if you could say.
Bleeding feet provides very, very short marches.
Travis
Mhm.
goes to the book and say, "Welcome, Andre.
How's it going?
It's fine." But then he turns towards Ellen and says, "You're giving, you need to give us hope. Hope to win the battle. She may be right, but at least make us believe that we're going to win the war, because thinking and believing is the half of the job."
What are we talking about here? I'm sorry I came in late.
We've been given several portraits of our future, some of which shiny and some of which dour.
Who gave you this?
Kinfolk have come to us saying that they have seen visions of the future, a terrible, terrible vision where Gaia is dead.
And you believe them?
Bettina
You
said
believe
that
the visions, I mean.
well, the spirits knows ways, and let's be honest, we know that if we lose, things are going to go very south. But as I believe that Travis is right, the spirits knows ways. As he finished eating his wonderful bacon, they knows ways, they knows path of future possibilities. No future is set in stone. Events can change everything. So this vision is a possible future, but not necessarily the one that we will make happen. We will make another future happen.
Mhm. I saw some of the future in a recent spirit quest. It wasn't very, should I say, inspiring. It's in the same light. The visions, should I say, they didn't exactly discourage me. What I saw was what would happen to the Sept if the Storm Eater won. And what role I would play in the fight, or in what would happen. Of course, I was in a pain realm, so naturally they're going to paint it with the darkest colors that they could. But in the same light, however, how many times in our history, in Gauru history, human history, whatever, have we as a people been put into times, to a situation of desperation? And just when it seemed as if the worst was about to happen, we fought back. And we were victorious in one way or another.
Then we lost.
We were talking
We
about...
lost more. We lost more. Andre, look at the world now. Remember what it was 200 years ago. What has changed?
When it was one. Could you just repeat
Andre.
that, please? I didn't get the bit.
All right,
I didn't
fair
get
enough.
the bit about the numbers.
Okay, I'll start again. Andre, look at the world now. Look at what it was, 200 years ago. What has changed? So much has changed. Everything we have now is simply due to the sacrifices of a previous generation. That is our tradition. That is our legacy. That is what we live up to.
Mm-hmm. But let's go back further. Go back 1,000 years. There was at one point, I believe, a time where everything was somewhat stable. Then something upset the balance. Maybe it was an action which one of our ancestors, or someone's ancestor, had done. Maybe it's something that someone failed to do. The worst thing that can happen as a result of that is that we fail to take their mistakes into account when we are forced to repeat them.
The world of sacrifice. This world is dying. The only reason there are any wild places is because we and the Gyru Nation make it so.
Mm-hmm. So, that also begs the question. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna fight. If I die, I die. If I live, I live. I will continue protecting those wild places.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you've answered your question. So, aside from mentally preparing yourself for what's going to happen when we go to fight the Storm Eater, how else is everyone doing?
I'm eating bacon. I feel fine.
Good
But
choice.
yeah, Regina gives the best gifts. But
Was she here? I must have just missed her.
she went to her quest. I believe that maybe it's related to the wild trinkets that the glade spirits, they came and asked for assistance in finding old wild trinkets that has been lost. Me, Xavier, Kachina, Antonio, Zeki, Leah, we went there and we found the first one, and a general of Gaia who was corrupted by a worm. And
Not by the worm. He was hungry.
well, he was very hungry. Yeah, he tried to eat us. And when he howled, the symbols that were, even if they were not wormish, were tainted by decay and entropy, activated. So we'll have to see what he has to say.
He's been sent to the Silver Lakes.
See, but he's big. He's like way big. 17
Big
feet.
hole to send him down to the lakes.
But I think that maybe, according from what she says, I think that they must have went for another trinket. So we only need one, and then the wild would aid us. But I think that, as I said to Hemet, and even if it doesn't please me, and will not please Smiles, I think that we should we should go with Emmet, Zeki, and Dragos, and find Weaver's spirits to fight against this creature.
That was something that I suggested at the moot before the last one.
They must not be pleased by it.
It was a structural gem that I suggested, but if you can find anything bigger, or if you know of anything bigger.
Katori. Sorry. Usually I have my own person for this, but you seem to be available at the moment. What are these trinkets?
Oh, well,
What do they do? How would they help us if they could help us in any way?
I do not think that the wilds, the glade spirits spoke in riddles as they do most of the times. But they said that it would help us in our quest if we would bring them to the spirit. I think that when I hold it into my paws or my hands, I felt the beating of the wild, and we know that the weaver, not the weaver, but well, the weaver too, but the worm is particularly sensitive about powers of the wild, and if we could, maybe it will most logically the place where the Storm Eater will be corrupted and will bear the marking of the worm. So, if at bare minimum, I think that those trinkets could purify the place for us beforehand, or get us some powerful aid. I don't know if the trinket in themselves are the power, or if it is just a simple task to recover, and that then the glade spirits will aid us with other wild spirits.
I have to ask you, Katori.
Hmm?
The wild, is it something that you can predict? Is it something that you can see into the future and see visions of truly?
Mm. The wild is chaos. The wild is pure creation, unchallenged, unbound. You cannot really, you cannot really. mm, I wouldn't say. I would say you can trust. You can trust the wild because it is the primal creator. But you will not. You will not be able to direct it as a battle thing. It's, as Travis would say, it's wild card.
And
It's
what
wild
I'm
card.
asking again is, if you can't predict the wild's actions, can you predict the future with or without it?
Huh? I'm not sure what you asked. Can you rephrase it?
Yeah,
Just,
I mean,
just to be sure.
The kinfolk are currently seeing things, currently seeing visions of the future, and they're well, they're not flattering, they're not pleasant, but none of them include this wild energy.
Mm.
Did it go away? Is it just simply gone? Was it never there to begin with? Is the wild just not there? Is it vacant? Is it absent? Does it leave us? Does it abandon us?
Mm.
Do we abandon it in favor for the Weaver?
Those are those are
They're just
legitimate
visions.
questions. The very principle of visions is that they are enigmatic. They show, and especially future predicting. The will, the will is always changing by one actions. Will, in very small case, will be will happen. Sometimes fate is predicted. It happens. You cannot change how it goes. You can try to fight fate, but even if you fight it, it happens. So, question that should be asked is indeed why, how this happened, which spirit gives this vision. It is a way we are on a line. We think in straight lines. We go to the worm, we fight the worm. That is what we do. That is what we are born to do. But the wild is endless possibility. He shows one possibility, one end of possible future, I think, to motivate us to find other ways, other meaning that we wouldn't have thought about. And, well, maybe maybe this could happen if we didn't find the third trinket. Wild would not be able to aid us, and thus we would be in deep trouble. But it is what it is. Visions, possibilities. To think too hard over visions and think them as being set in stone, or lose yourself in the vision, trying to understand what, how it would come, will be endless headache. You are in the now. You are in the now. Think of the now. The will is tomorrow, and tomorrow is not today. But tomorrow will come.
I'll take these words. There are a few people I need to talk to, or just desperately need to talk to me. Thank you, Raya Katori, for your wise words or riddles. Foster and Andre, I hope you do well in the upcoming battle. Emmett, don't die. God damn, just don't fucking die. What the hell is wrong with you? You're an adult now. I swear to God, if you die, I will kill you again.
Emmett does walk up to him. That didn't really seem to faze him that much, although he did kind of smile with it. He did lean forward and he's like, he does whisper to you, "We should get the Galliards together before this."
Slap, slap. Yes, we should. I got somebody to pick up.
Catch you around, Alan.
Text Aaliyah. Meet at the park.
And,
Hey.
and with that, Kotori will leave the scene because he has field stuff to do.
Before he does go, however, Andre will kind of like lean down and listen and whisper to him. You might want to get Smiles in the Night for a meeting with you, me, and him. Wolf Spirit has given Chiminich or something which I believe you and him should hear.
Okay. Okay, good. And he will trot into the sept, howling, "Woo! Smiles! I need you! Wolf bro!"
Okay. I suppose since everyone's going to leave, is Andre like gone now too?
Can go if you want.
Oh, okay. Emmett is gonna say, just a sec, Andre. I need to make a howl real quick. Emmett's actually going to make a howl.
Go ahead.
And the howl will be posted up on Facebook after the scene's over.
Alright.
But yeah, it's a very long one, very long, drawn-out one. And he stops. He was in his faux form. He switches back up into his Hamid. Walks up to Andre. You know, I kind of figured this whole werewolf thing had a pretty high mortality rate.
You're only as good as you are smart. For all our physical might, if you don't have good brain, you won't survive very long.
Yep. I don't know what to make of all this vision stuff, 2083, worm taint, all that.
I wouldn't put too much stock into it. It's just visions.
Oh, I was just
They're either possibilities of something that might happen, or they're things which certain, shall we say, spirits wish would happen. But if wishes were fishes, you know?
Yeah. All I'm going to say is, I'm just going to go off of what I've seen. I've seen a dude that can't be hurt, ever, under any circumstances. Like, seriously, what the shit?
Nothing is invincible.
Yeah, but I've never really seen him get hurt that much.
No
We've
one's
got years left.
tried. No one's really tried.
Mhm.
Even the strongest chain has a weak point. It's just a matter of time before we find it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, I'm kind of past the whole I think I'm going to die tomorrow phase. Now I'm at the phase where it's like, okay, now let's focus on living. So if some fucker that eats storms in a cocoon is trying to fuck me up, quite honestly, he can go screw himself because I'm not leaving anytime soon. I don't think you're leaving anytime soon. None of us are leaving anytime soon.
No. I lost track of how many of them have tried to take my life. But each and every one died in the same way. With my claws ripping into their innards, tearing into their eyes, stabbing into their flesh. They died the same way that they were born, in pain and blood. And if they don't know what it means to have fear, they will soon me or someone else like me.
Old me would have been creepy with that. New me digs the shit out of it.
You would not like to have met old me. Trust me. I'm a completely different person to what I was before the first change.
Who were you?
Me? I was an angry young man growing up in inner Bucharest. Didn't know who to blame. Hungarians, Russians, Gypsies, other Romanians, communists, capitalists, Americans. It was a new excuse every day. A new excuse to explain why I could not earn enough money to sustain myself, why I had to leech off the misery of other people, feed off of it. You could always, in this country, you can blame any number of people. Blame Republicans, blame Democrats, blame their Tea Party, blame any group of people, any people from certain states. It never gets better. You never find the real truth. Because the truth at the time was beyond my ability to conceive. It's funny, when I first had the first change, for the first time in my life, I felt a sense of clarity. I understood what the reason was. The two of us, we've always been to terror, fear, and oppression, but we couldn't find out what was causing it, could we? But now we know.
Yeah.
Now it has a name. And now we have the strength to fight back against it. Sometimes old habits die hard, though. And I have to say that being in the Sept of the Green has allayed a lot of the prejudices, I believe the word is, that I had before the first change. Now everyone's equal. Funny. I remember my mother used to tell me stories about what it was like to grow up during the Ceausescu era, during when the communists were in power. They always used to say that we were all equal, regardless of wherever, whenever we were born, no matter what the circumstances. We were all patriotic Romanians. We all had the blood of Romans running through us. It's all just propaganda. We're all equal. But in that era, during that dark period of Romanian history, some of us were more equal than others. Anyway, that's enough of a hit lesson for one day. I've got to go do some things, and I imagine you too also.
Yeah, I've got people to talk to, people to see.
Best of luck, Emmett. If I don't talk to you, if I'm not able to talk to you this time next week, live your life the way that you feel is righteous. Be all you can be.
You too.
No one else is going to help. No one else is going to help you but you. With that, Andre just simply puts his hands in his hoodie's pocket and starts to walk off.
All right. And then as Andre walks away, Emmett leaves with a certain sense of resolve, one that he hadn't really felt. Not really since he had his first change, really, and actually ever in his life. But once he's feeling compelled to do something, like it's not just like, oh, this seems fun. Like this is something greater than himself. Emmett, for the first time in his life, feels like a true guru. And on that, we'll leave our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you again soon.